Hi and welcome to this week's technique breakdown. My name is Nermin Mehmedagic and today we're going to cover the calf kick. Now the calf kick is a technique that you see more and more in MMA. It's a popular technique to use because it's quite easy to set up and throw, but it does so much damage once you connect with it. And today I'm going to show you what the difference is between throwing a low kick to the thigh of the opponent and a calf kick to the calf. So let's not waste any more time, let's get straight to it. Now there is a difference between throwing a low kick and throwing a calf kick. I used to think that a calf kick was just a low kick, but the technique, if you want to be effective with it, differs slightly from throwing a low kick. Alright, so for example, if I'm throwing a low kick to my opponent's thigh, obviously the height of the target differs, but also the way that you deliver the kick. So if I'm throwing a low kick, it's going to come horizontally and I'm going to swing my hip into it. So a low kick might look like this. I throw it, I swing my hip into it, and I even spin around if I'm doing shadow boxing. The calf kick, however, works a bit differently. It's not that much swinging your leg into your opponent's calf as it is snapping your shin into the calf of the opponent. So when throwing a calf kick, what you want to do instead is you want to kick forward diagonally and snap the kick low into the calf of the opponent. And what you're aiming for is this thick part of the calf muscle. And when you connect fully into that area, when you snap your shin or your instep into someone's calf, it's going to cramp up real nice, and it might even mess with the mobility of your opponent. And the calf is not a big muscle, all right? It's not like the thigh. The thigh can be very thick, and you can condition your thigh, and most people do. They get used to absorbing low kicks to the thigh, but the calf is a smaller muscle, and it typically can't withstand the same amount of damage as your thigh can from a low kick. So the way that you want to throw your calf kick as opposed to a low kick is you're standing in your fighting position, you're in front of your opponent. The first thing you want to do is you want to bring your leg forward, you want to chamber your leg, you want to bring your heel as close to your butt as possible to be able to snap the kick out. So step one is here. And step two is snapping the leg out, bringing it back and into your stance again. So instead of going here, what you want to do is you want to go like that. So knee comes up, snap it out, bring it back. And if I show you from the side, instead of coming up like this, you're kicking lower and you're kicking more forward, diagonally forward, as I said. So I'm in front of my opponent, I snap my leg out. And the reason why you want to snap the kick out and relying on the snapping power of the kick instead of swinging through like a regular low kick is because if you swing too much, if you get too much hip in front of it, what's going to happen is you're going to hit the front of the calf. You're going to hit the front part of the lower leg. And what do you have there? You have the shin. And oftentimes, if your foot, your instep, or even your shin smashes straight into somebody's shin, you're going to have a very bad day, and you are going to feel it the coming days. And instead, I like to snap the kick out diagonally forward and almost try to wrap my foot around their calf, hitting in the front, but also with your foot connecting in the back. So again, difference between a low kick and a calf kick, not going here, but here. Alright, so if I show it on the bag, you're going to see that there's a big difference in between a low kick and a calf kick. So a low kick comes horizontally, I put my hip into it, I turn my supporting leg, really put my weight into it. But the calf kick, on the other hand, is a lot lower and it's more of a narrow kick, going straight into the calf of the opponent. You see that I'm in front of the bag, and then I just whip it out. Leg comes up, you snap it out, bring it back. And be careful in the beginning, because if you have a tall bag like this and you've been working it up top with punches and kicks, The bag is gonna be nice and soft at the top end of it, but down here it's gonna be rock hard. So when you're starting out throwing your calf kicks, do it nice and easy. Don't spaz out and go full power because you might injure yourself. There's a lot of small bones in your foot, and if you kick it too hard, if you get overzealous with it and you kick the lower part of it, you might break a bone in your foot, and that's gonna hurt for a very long time. Trust me, I've done that. So ease into it. As with everything, it's about technique, it's about getting your reps in, and then it's about timing and making it work for you in a fight or in sparring. So, nice and easy, just work your way into it. Move around. And try to hook your foot around it. And just have fun with it. Find which setups work for you. Throw the calf kick at the end of a combination instead of going for a low kick, and you might surprise your opponent or your sparring partner a couple of times. Have fun with it. It's a great technique to use. All right, guys, that was my calf kick breakdown. It's a technique that I've started to use more and more. And honestly, I started seeing it in the UFC and started seeing it more and more in MMA. And then I thought, let me try this for myself. And actually, the first time I ever tried it was in a fight. I never did it in sparring before, and I threw a lot of low kicks in that fight, and my opponent was getting wise to it. He was starting to block and starting to counter, and then I thought, let me just try to go for that calf kick instead and see how he reacts. And I could see that he started limping instantly after it connected because he wasn't expecting it, and just because of the fact that the muscle is such a small muscle and it can't really take that much damage. It's a beautiful thing to do, and I think you should try it out. Let me know in the comment box below what you think of this week's technique breakdown. Are calf kicks new to you? Have you used it before? And what do you think? Are they gonna replace low kicks in MMA? Or are you just gonna stick with regular low kicks? At least try it out, and please let me know how it goes for you. Let me know how it feels, and leave me some feedback for this video. Until next week, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you then.